Good day, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in your part of the world. This video is a continuation of my previous videos concerning protecting our children. And we really have to be careful and wary of the predators that surround us in our families. Now, one example is out here in Vegas, Las Vegas, at Gwendolyn Woolley Elementary. A CCSD employee arrested for electronic surveillance. So you have a teacher who's in her classroom, and her classroom was empty at the time, and a smoke detector fell from the ceiling. When she went to retrieve it, she discovered an electronic recording device inside of the smoke detector. She was confronted by an employee of the school who tried to take the device away from her. And according to reports, she got scratches and scrapes on her arms. He's trying to forcibly take the device away from her. And then he proceeded to ask and beg her not to tell anyone about it, and gave us some story about wanting to make these recordings for child behavior or something like that. I seen this story or watched this story on Fox 5, who made the report, but his reasoning don't even make sense. Okay, he didn't have permission to do this. And it was another male teacher who spoke up and wasn't afraid and got on camera and spoke about this. And apparently, teachers are supposed to speak out and go on camera and talk to the media about cases like this, because the teacher made a comment about not caring if he was to lose his job, if he was to fire him. He wanted to speak out. Salute to that. Salute to that man, and also to the lady, the teacher who found the recording device, for speaking up and doing the right thing. You see, everybody's not a devil. In my previous video, I spoke out against what's going on across the nation with teachers and adults in other professions preying upon children. But that's not everyone. Again, everyone is not a devil. There are those who are out there really have love in their heart and compassion and really want to help and affect the community in a positive manner. So salute to all those individuals out there trying to be a positive influence on the community and a positive influence for our children, for the children. But it's just another example of what I talked about in my previous videos. There's another case in Chicago where an 11-year-old trying to defend his mother against an attack by an ex-boyfriend, and she was in a relationship with this individual 15 years ago, according to reports. Okay? And he got out of prison where he was serving a 16-year sentence. He did 8 years and was released. He made threats against her. she tried to get she was told by the police to get an emergency protective order against him. The judge denied it because the individual at the time was locked up. But the thing is, according to reports, she already had a lifetime protective order against them. So why was it necessary for her have to get an emergency another emergency protective order if she already had a lifetime protective order out against him? He had made threats against her. So once she reported the threats, something should have been done about it then. Instead, he gets released, and a day within him getting released, he goes over and does the unthinkable. Now the mom she is 8 months pregnant. She survived. There was a 5-year-old who witnessed this attack. The 5-year-old was unharmed, but that's just unharmed physically. The damage mentally and energy wise is going to affect this child for a long time. See, because it creates trauma. And oftentimes trauma is the root of the problem. You see, because I watched this I watched this video about this case on Indisputable with Dr. Ritchie, and Dr. Ritchie was talking about rehabilitation while inmates are in prison, rehabilitate them and let them learn a skill or trade, so when they get out, they can be able to get a job and be a productive member of society, not so that can deter them from committing any more heinous acts or crimes. But he did specify he wasn't talking about that specific case. That he believed that individual he's where he needs to be in prison. He shouldn't have been released in the first place. But see, rehabilitation, the problem with rehabilitation is this. That sounds good just on a basic level, on the outside, physical. But what about inside? This is about energy. This is about spirit. There's a lot of people walking around out there. They're just devils, and there's no rehabilitating them. How many cases have there been, and currently where you see people, they have a trade, and they have skills, and they have good jobs, and they have careers, and they have their own business. They have their own business, and on the outside, they're successful in life. On the outside, but on the inside, they're devils, and they have this lust to commit these heinous, despicable acts. And that's just the truth. We have to stop looking on the outside, because this is about spiritual warfare. That's what this is about. This is spiritual warfare. And you have to remember this physical, we have to wake up to the idea that all we see physically is this is just an illusion. We too busy focusing on we too busy focusing on the wrong thing. We just look at the outer appearance. Look what's going on in Hollywood, or what some people refer to as Hollyweird. The stories about um, the child actors. What some of them who have been going through or have went through. A lot of cases, where they're talking about how they get their deals, and from those who are in the music industry, want to get into the music industry, or those who want to, become an actor, actress. They want to get these roles, what they have to do, and the deals they have to make, and the sacrifices, all to be famous, and to be known, where everybody know their name, and you know we have to stop looking at just the physical. This is a spiritual warfare. That's what this is. Okay? So, once again, we really have to do a better job protecting our children and protecting ourselves. And for those of you who going through trauma, you carrying that trauma around, and you carried it throughout your life, because a lot of trauma started when you were a child. Trauma opens up doorways for malevolent energies to come in and affect you. But you can break those chains. You can conquer those demons. You don't have to carry all that weight around. You can free yourself. You have the power, you have the authority, but you have to do the work. There's no shortcuts. And I'm speaking from experience. You can turn your life around and free yourself to where you feel weightless, because you're not carrying around all that weight of trauma. Because that trauma just passed from individual to individual. You hear a lot of people talk about generational trauma or generational curses. And again, this is caused by not dealing with the trauma. Because you don't know, you're struggling just to be able to function on a basic level. And you're trying to escape. And you affect your loved ones, your family, the people in your inner circle. And it just continues. It's a vicious cycle. But this is why, in this wicked society, the children are the main targets. This is why they target the children first. And then that child grows up carrying all that trauma, having to deal with these malevolent energies, these malevolent spirits. And it just gets worse and worse and worse as the years go on. And then you have adults, mother, father, still carrying around their own trauma that they haven't dealt with. And it's just It's just a bad situation for everyone involved. And when a person gets to that point to where they lose control, they stop, meaning that they stop fighting, bad things happen. Bad things happen. And again, some people are just devils. That's what they are. There's no rehabilitating that. They are who they are. In scripture, there's a verse that says, "Who can make straight what I've made crooked?" Okay? But again, for those of you who are dealing with trauma, you're struggling to let go, you're holding grudges, situations that happened to you many years ago, you have to fight. It's time to let it go. Look within yourself and do the work. You can break those chains. You have the power. You have the authority. It's in you. For those of us who can do that, for those of you who can do that, because once again, you have some that's who they are. That's it. So anyway, I'm gonna that's it for this video. I'm gonna continue talking about this subject and bringing more stories to you, as well as more exercise videos, motivation videos. I got some coming up in the future. I'm making progress with my journey of exercise. So I'll be making I have videos coming up showing my progress, my personal progress, in hopes that whoever watches these videos, can be motivated. Again, I'm no exercise guru. I'm just a man who's on my own personal journey. So for those of you who are starting, and for those of you who you want to start, you can do that. You can do this. You got it. Because I know it could be intimidating. You watch some of these, you watch the videos and you see the men and women, they got these fantastic bodies and they're doing these advanced exercises, and, you may not have exercised in years. It could be intimidating. So I'm not doing that. But you can start at a basic level and build yourself up. As a saying goes, you got to crawl before you walk. And once again, it's more than physical. When you want to change and turn your life around, it's about improving your overall health, not just your physical health. You see, you got to work on yourself on a spiritual level. It's about energy. Change your mindset. Work on your mind. How you thinking? Are you a negative thinker or are you a positive thinker? What are you watching? What are you devoting? What are you giving your energy to? This is what it's about. See, the very last part of it is the physical. It's not as simple as you do these exercises and you get in shape and you change your body. That's not what it's really about. Your physical body is determined by your mental state and whatever frequency your energy is vibrating on. Physical body follows the spirit. It's not the other way around. But I know if I can do it, so can you. I appreciate each and every one of you who click on and watch these videos, my videos. Whether you subscribe or not, if you subscribe, I appreciate you. Thank you. I got more content coming up. If you give a thumbs up, I appreciate you. Or if you just want to click and see what the channel is about and move along, I still appreciate you. Okay. Be positive, be safe out there wherever you are. Don't let there's a lot of stuff going on in the world, wars, rumors of wars. I'll tell you like this. Don't let it get you in a place to where you're living in fear, you're afraid, or it affects your mind, to your mental state. Always control your mental state. Put yourself in a positive place. Look and pay attention to what's going on, but don't obsess over it, because it can affect you mentally. The next thing you know, you got to deal with this negative energy now. Be positive. You got this, you can do this, and I will see you on the next video. Peace.